Welcome everyone to Celestial Tales, the show where I take the premise of the storytelling game Before There Were Stars and use it to write and tell stories for you all to enjoy, or not enjoy, or whatever. Whatever you get out of this is what you get out of it. Usually, I approach this with some sort of a twist. Something to make it interesting, so it's not just following the game's rules every time, and the show being repetitive. Today's episode is a little of both, a little bit of mixing things up and a little bit of staying true to form. Recently, my family got together for a game night, blah blah blah, and one of the games we played was Before There Were Stars. It was a fun time. You don't need to know any of the specific details, except that I wrote down in my journal the story that I crafted during the game. And I thought it would be interesting to just read that all to you today. Because of this, we're not going to be going through the usual formula of crafting the story with the cards live here, but that alone could make things interesting in a way, because you as the viewer have no idea what's going to happen or what possibilities there are based on the cards. Normally, if I draw the cards, you might have some sort of an idea of how the card might be used, or a particular element might be obvious or apparent based on those cards and how I use them. Think of this as a blind run of sorts, where you have no idea what cards I used, no idea what the themes are going to be, just following the structure of the game and seeing what I came up with without any context regarding the game in which, or the match rather, in which this story was crafted. Just a few pages, not exceptionally long, so let's just dive right into this, and that'll be that. In the beginning, our world was blah blah blah. That's right. Our world began as a blah blah blah. What's a blah blah blah? You decide as I read this sentence correctly. In the beginning, our world was a desolate wasteland, sand dunes far as the eye could see, the only sources of water the occasional oasis. Accordingly, did evolution develop the planet's creatures, vicious beasts who knew nothing but war and survival. So it was until, as the legend goes, a catastrophic tectonic shift caused colossal structures of stone and soil to erupt from the earth. Neither cliffs nor mountains, these things, which we named walls, formed boundaries unlike any our ancestors ever knew. These landforms changed our world forever. With the Great Walls came boundaries. Boundaries created nations. Beasts within the boundaries forced to cooperate to survive. Alas, nations also gave rise to conflicts for land rather than just survival as once it was. The creatures began fighting for resources found in the walls of others, but not their own. This was especially true for water, which was a rare commodity on our planet. For hundreds of years, these wars raged, until another catastrophe befell our world, this time on a cosmic scale. An asteroid crashed into the moon, drastically altering its orbit. This caused the tides of the oases to shift, which inexplicably caused one to flood. The nation within those walls became an ocean and brought together the neighboring nations. Alas, evolution continued under that sea, unbeknownst to us, until one day the third great catastrophe of our world surfaced, a colossal fish whose leaps cast devastating tsunamis unto the surrounding nations. Priests of the nations surrounding the ocean nation congregated in a great temple. For a few years, they studied the art of summoning to call forth a hero to slay the fish before the beast's waves could destroy us all. Their efforts proved fruitless, however, until an explorer discovered a meteorite fragment of the asteroid that once struck the moon. Combined with the magic crafted by the priests and sand from every nation's desert, the fragment was used to summon a mighty scorpion to battle the fish. Alas, scorpions don't do very well in water, especially when made of sand and stone. It plunged into the ocean and drowned before the battle could begin, leaving our fates in the fins of the fish. Sensing the magic emanating from the temple that conjured the scorpion, the fish retaliated against our transgression. It belly flopped the temple by leaping from the ocean, and from the structure's magic transformed into our world's destroyer, a skeletal shark whose lust for destruction reduced our world to a truer wasteland than it had begun, an endless desert, this time devoid of life. And there is today's story, that which I crafted while playing the game with others, in accordance to its conventional rules. So that is all we have for today. A shorter video for sure, but I just thought it would be interesting to document the story that I got out of playing the game with my family. I figured, you know what? Might as well to have another video to put up, to have something more for you guys to do. And again, to sort of change the structure of these videos by making it much quicker and more focused on just telling the story rather than each chapter needing to be broken up by the chapter being dictated and written, or trying to figure things out based on randomly drawn cards or whatever. With that said, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some more, and I'll see you next time.